meet and welcome to our stream, everybody. This is Ariel Gatoga, and we are streaming a general reading for all signs live today, the 11th of May, 2023. We are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube is the lovely Suzanne, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Diane. I am reading with this Marseille Cat Tarot today, and this is a nice Verbena cologne by 4711, and I'm going to use 3 sprays in this room. You can find information about both of these products in the video description of this very video on my YouTube channel. And like I said, this is a general reading for all signs for today, the 11th of May, 2023. Going out to everybody, whether you're watching live or on a restream. It does go out to a lot of people, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you, just disregard it because it may not be meant for you. I've got quite a bit of shuffling to do. If you're watching on a restream on YouTube, you can use the what are those things called? Bookmarks? No. Are they called book chapters? In the video description to fast forward right to the reading. Let's see. We are here every day, Tuesday through Sunday, giving you tarot readings every morning. I've been gone for a couple weeks, so almost 3 weeks, so please be gentle with me because I sort of don't remember how to do this. So if I make mistakes today, I apologize. I'm sure the reading will be good. Let's see, we have what was I going to tell you? Oh yeah, we have a Facebook group and we have a Discord server. If you want to be a part of our community, we would love to have you. You can find links for those things in the video description on YouTube and also on my website at ariels-corner.com, ariels-corner.com. You can also find replays for all of these readings right on that website, ariels-corner.com. ariels-corner.com. And let's see, what was I going to say? I can't remember all my little announcements. I used to have all of this memorized, but I can't remember what to do anymore. But I do have a little bit of shuffling left to do, so I'll just go blah, 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 blah as I finish the shuffling. This is actually feeling pretty shuffled. Let me do about 3 more, and we'll get going with this general reading for all signs for the 11th of May, 2023. I'm so happy you're here with me today. Let's take a look and see what's in the cards for everybody today. We start out with what is this, a 5? A 5 of Cups. Well, I'm sorry. Well, hopefully this is just talking about what we're moving out of, because it does look like it's something that you're leaving. Oh, here's another 5 though. This 5 is not so bad though. This is the 5 of Wands. We'll get into that in a second. And this is nice. This is a 4 of Wands. So there's a nice resolution going on today. All right, the 5 of Cups is some emotional distress that people have been going through. Inner and outer emotional distress. This can be fear, it can be sadness, it can be grief, it can be all kinds of emotional distress, emotional conflict. And there's been a lot of that, it looks like, for some of you. But it's something that you're moving away from. And especially if it was things like depression or feeling a lot of fear, isolation, hopelessness, things like that. I don't need this in the middle of my reading here. This card here, this 5 of Wands, talks about the positive, sometimes, use of anger. Sometimes we think of anger as being a negative emotion that should always be avoided. And there are definite times when anger is, inappropriate. But this is actually a positive thing because it's, if you're depressed, anger is actually really positive because it's starting to get you motivated again. It's starting to get you energized again, right? If you're feeling victimized or something like that, anger can be a good thing because it can motivate you into getting getting your rights met and getting your needs met. So a lot of times this is a kind of a righteous anger, righteous fury, this 5 of Wands. Now, sometimes that 5 of Wands can be irritability. And if you're noticing that you're irritable today, it's actually a good thing because it's showing you, it's a demonstration that energy is moving in your life and kind of breaking up some of this crystallized emotional energy that's been making many of you feel rather paralyzed and depressed, moving past that. So if you're feeling irritable, it's a sign to you that you need to get some activity going. Get your breathing going, get some movement in your body. Really, even if you're really angry about something, don't necessarily suppress it. Go ahead and deal with it in a non-toxic way. In other words, you might want to scream into a pillow, run around the block, go to the gym, do something that you can just move that energy and allow that energy to unblock all of those energy centers in your body. Okay, then this Four of Wands is talking about as that energy gets released, then it's up to you to get it in order and to get some things in order today, especially in regards to your work in the world. So if there are things that need to be ordered, like in your desk, in your workspace, that kind of thing, a lot of times the Four of Wands is calling you to complete unfinished tasks. And this isn't because there's this big chore list for you today. It's actually bigger than that. The Four represents, whereas these fives represent Mars, this Four represents Jupiter, and Jupiter wants to expand your good, and Jupiter also brings much mercy and great relief. So it's a way to invoke Jupiter is to get things in order, and especially in regards to the Suit of Wands, get tasks finished that you've been avoiding. Think of it as an invocation rather than a chore. 3, 6, 9 of Cups, telling you that moving out of these feelings of depression, these feelings of hopelessness, is really a good thing because they tend to be magnetic. Your emotional body tends to magnetize things to you. So you don't want to be right about what you're depressed about. You don't want to be right about these things. It's not bad to be depressed. It's not wrong to be sad. You have to go through your feelings, but you don't want to dwell there. You don't want to sort of make that your dwelling place. You want to allow yourself to move past it today. And today is a day of kind of re-energizing yourself and reestablishing the energy flow within you rather than feeling crystallized and sort of paralyzed. 3, 6, 8. This is beautiful. On the other side of that sort of breakthrough that I see today, there is great emotional and intuitive knowing. So you're going to have a very acute understanding, whereas back here when you were in that area of being kind of blue and paralyzed, you couldn't really trust your intuition because everything was coming to you in a way that was sort of distorted. But now that distortion, as there's breakthroughs happening today, so is that distortion, and you're going to be able to see things clearly. You're going to be able to see right through into the truth where there was illusion before. So today's a really lovely breakthrough. And then we've got this King of Swords, and this is something that you want to be careful of. You don't want to look at your past and resent it. You want to be grateful for the fact that you're moving back through it. But that ego mind wants to say, oh, no. Remember how bad everything was? Do you remember how much you're mad at that person? Do you remember what that person did to you? Whatever that was. It's good to be aware and of the past so that you don't keep recreating the past, but you don't want to be stuck in a cycle of grievance, and that's what this is warning against. You want to learn how to forgive in a way that allows you freedom from whatever it is that was holding you captive emotionally, and forgiving to release yourself is not the same thing as being a doormat. You don't have to go back and allow, if there's any abuse or anything like that, you don't have to allow yourself to go back into those abuse patterns. But at the same time, it's not helpful to you to carry a grievance or a resentment forward. What resentments and grievances are, I like this old saying. I think I got it from an Al-Anon meeting. I can't remember where I learned it, but it's a good one. A grievance or a resentment is like drinking poison and hoping that the other person dies. And it sort of doesn't make any logical sense to do that. So when you think of it that way, it's easy to forgive. And remember that when you forgive, you're doing it out of self-interest. You're doing it for your benefit, not for theirs. right? They can deal with their own benefits. They can handle their own stuff. It's not up to you to, to worry about how other people are doing necessarily, but it is up to you to let go of the resentments and grievances that you might have collected. And it's not to say that some of you don't have plenty of reasons to be resentful and have those grievances, but like I said before, carrying those things and holding on to them, all it does is cause you more and more problems, and you want to be released of those problems today. And this is what this Five of Wands is promising, so that you can listen to your intuition and really, really know which actions to take next. Now, the other thing too about this Four of Wands is that's really being talked about where your energy needs to be focused. If you're focusing on what happened and what they did and how bad they are, you can be as right as rain and still be miserable, right? So you have to ask yourself, do I want to be happy or do I want to be right? Because I can't have it both ways. So it's not that you're going to be wrong. It's like when you're happy, that means you're wrong. It means giving up your need to be right about whatever this grievance is. Need to be right. The need to be right about whatever that resentment is. Because what it's doing is it's delaying all of this resolution and all of this new expansion that is wanting to start happening. You may not see the results of the expansion today, but you will see it very soon. And your focus, like I said, needs to be, if you want to optimize on that, getting things in order, working on yourself, getting your own work done today. That's all that you really have to worry about, letting all that other stuff go, because it really does want to go. And the past wants to go, disappear in the past. And that ego wants you to just sort of like keep remembering the horrible thing and remembering the horrible thing and remembering the horrible thing. And we don't want to do that today. We want to let the past be in the past. We want to let the dead bury their dead. That's what that means. Let the past be in the past. And let this Four reign supreme. That Four is, where are you going to focus all of that newfound and newly released energy today? And where you're being called on to focus it is on yourself, on your work, and what needs to be done. What are the things that you've been putting off? There's probably a lot of things that many of you have been putting off if you've been so busy getting through these problems, right? So Now those problems are gone, or they are leaving, and you have all of this newfound energy. Where are you going to spend it? Ego wants to say, oh, I know where to spend it. I know where to spend your energy. Let's spend it on that. Let's spend it on the past. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that trick of the ego. Just thank you for sharing, ego. But we're actually going to work on some of these projects that need to get finished. We're actually going to work on some of these issues in my own work that need my attention, that I've been sort of putting on hold because I've had all this other stuff go on. So what are the things? You can prioritize this today. You can make a nice list of what are the things that are important for me to accomplish today. And that's where I'm going to put my focus. That's where I'm going to put my energy. And I'm not going to allow myself to get stuck back in the past. I'm going to allow myself, if I need to get a little angry every so often, if that's a good motivator for me, not to go back into that past and not to feel, that those, like I saw as crystallized emotional energies that are so paralyzing. And for so many of you, it's fear and resentment and despair and those kinds of things. That's gone. Let it be gone. And you get angry if you need to get angry. You move your body if you need to move your body. But the whole goal of that is to get that energy focused on you. You deserve your own energy. You deserve to spend your energy on yourself today and on the things that are really, really important to you. All right, it looks like it's a good day. Thank you so much for spending a little time with me. And thank you so much to the amazing moderator team. Today we had Suzanne and Diane, and we will see everybody tomorrow for another general reading. Thanks so much. Blessed be.